Yo, 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 hey, what's going on? So, I, messed up a little bit, and, so I had to start a little early. I accidentally clicked on the thing. I got, like, this free sample thing for the Vice TV, but I accidentally clicked on it a little too quick. So, I had to start early so we don't miss it. Give everybody a second to get in here. Kind of jumped the gun a little bit. Ex-CIA agent? What? Who's an ex-CIA agent? Not me. I swear, man. I didn't do it. Bam. Everything looks in order. Everybody popping in. What up? How you doing? Mumbles and things. And things and mumbles. The guy in the second episode? Oh. It's possible. Could be me though. Never know. Fix my hat a little bit. The ex-CIA agent is the biggest tool I have ever heard speak. Well, that sounds about right. I'm the official bikini inspector. Well, I mean, if you have a shirt to prove it, that's proof. That is proof, my friend. Okay, but yeah, so I have the free sample thing. I know I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, started a little bit early. You guys that are on TikTok, my YouTube and Twitch links are in my bio if you want to come over. We're gonna get this thing started. Okay. Yeah. Okay, just real quick, yeah, anybody, if you could like the stream, I'd really appreciate it. All my links to everything are down in the description. If you want to join the Discord, if you want to support me on Twitch, if you want to donate to the stream, any of that stuff, support me on Patreon. If you want to join the Discord, and if you guys want to, like, you know, put stuff in the Discord, like everybody, like there's a lot, like I have like 100 members in the Discord, but it seems like no one ever really has anything going on. So, you know, if you guys want to be some chatty Cathy's and get in there and, you know, start some conversations, I won't be mad at you. Just saying. Anyway, okay, so here we go. This is part 2. We did part 1 of the QAnon thing. This is part 2 of the search for QAnon. We'll get her cracking here.
Currency of the elite basically is babies.
Gosh, that's dark.
They will excuse and encourage any amount of violence against their political enemies.
Also, if you could follow me on Twitch, that'd be really awesome. And I'm only like 4 subscribers away from hitting 3,000 on YouTube, so if you could subscribe, that'd be dope. Turn the bell on for notifications.
They're not human, they're otherworldly. But it's a lot easier to be harmful to people that you don't even think are people to begin with.
Satanic rituals, drinking children's blood, adrenochrome. I wanted to believe it bad. It just made sense.
So Q started on the 4chan message board.
Chans are actually a constant competition. Who can create the most viral or outrageous thing? It hopped onto 8chan.
I did make 8chan, but Jim and Ron Watkins totally took over.
I'm Jim!
But as long as these drops are
so
still continuing,
weird.
it matters a lot. Because who's writing them and who is having all this influence? I've heard different names. Thomas Schoenenberger. Who else is in the background? We
Phoenix, thank you for the follow. Much obliged.
To be in Phoenix tomorrow.
No way.
So I'll go.
We're
look
watching
into
the
Jim
search for
theory,
QAnon.
and you look into the Thomas theory.
The links to my YouTube and Twitch are in the bio, guys. If you want to come over so you can actually see it.
By 2019, a new group of people became regulars at Trump rallies and other MAGA events.
The newcomers donned large cutouts of Q signs.
We are Q!
Their
That guy's
homemade
been in, like,
shirts
every
announcing
picture.
that Q had sent them. Even their babies were accessorized in the latest Q tour.
I remember that.
That is a beautiful baby!
It was meant to be a parody. It was meant to be kind of like a big joke.
A series of crimes were committed in the name of Q, which prompted the FBI to release a report labeling Q and other fringe conspiracy theories a potential domestic terrorism threat.
Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden and Barack Obama should be taken out and hung.
Q followers insisted the crimes were all false flags designed by the deep state to smear Q, and that Q is a peaceful research movement.
That's what we see from the left. Violent Antifa, the violent communists, the violent BLM groups. You don't see that from the
They
QAnon
thought Trump was
movement.
talking to him through that baby. That's what they thought
officially
when they
banned
saw the Q
discussions
thing,
about
and he was
Q
like,
from
"Oh,
their
look at that
site.
beautiful baby."
Mainstream platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube decided not to take action.
It was there that baby boomers, who would never go to 8chan, met Q. Q's message appealed to a generation who had witnessed Watergate, Vietnam, and the assassination of JFK, so they were already suspicious of organizations like the CIA and FBI.
By the end of 2019, Q had become the big tent party for conspiracy theorists of all stripes.
Ward,
Everyone
thanks for
from
the
9/11
bits, man.
truthers
You
to Area
the
51
man,
enthusiasts
and/or
found
woman,
ways to confirm
person,
their
man,
beliefs through
camera,
Q.
TV.
Reptilian aliens, the
Much appreciated, my guy.
QAnon is actually JFK Jr.
A popular theory among older generations of Anons emerged that JFK Jr. faked his death as a ploy to work with Donald Trump on a long-running operation to take down the deep state. The idea is that JFK Jr. is anonymously posting his Q, but will soon unveil himself as President Trump's new vice president.
It's 80% likely.
You know what's funny about the JFK thing is the person in the Reddit forum that originally brought the JFK stuff up and kind of memed it into existence was an account called R. So like people joke sometimes like, "Oh, Q's what's next? R." It's like, well, actually R existed, and he was the one that came up with the JFK theory. You know what I mean? For Q nerds, I guess, like me.
The JFK
know that
Jr.
shit.
is in fact alive today.
In 2020, Fred Brennan, the creator of 8chan, began sharing his story with the press, leading most people to believe that Jim and Ron Watkins are in control of Q.
But our conversation with Fred led us to believe there may be more suspects involved than the Watkins.
As everyday Americans began having to block their aunts, uncles, and high school acquaintances to get rid of Q from their feeds, more people began to ask, who is Q?
Thanks for the follow. Who is Q? I think we already know, maybe.
We have an army.
Maybe we'll find out.
Of digital soldiers.
What's up, Shannon?
You're dealing with one of the most experienced spies you're ever going to meet.
It was meant to be kind of like a big joke.
It's called Q
It's just a
Anon,
meme, bro.
fringe
It's like
conspiracy
Dogecoin.
theory that some have likened to an online religion.
Well, I don't know much
How many of y'all are holding Dogecoin right now? Don't even lie.
As long as these drops are still continuing, it matters a lot.
It's
Because
Flynn.
who's writing
You
them
know
and
what?
who
That's
is having
always
all this
kind of been like
influence?
my underground theory.
Who is Q?
Like a little bit. Like I'm very much in the camp of it was Paul Ferber and then the Watkins, but you know, Flynn.
After hearing what
he
Fred
left
had to say
office,
about Jim Watkins,
could have been.
Watkins has control in that he can say yes or no to any Q post.
I wanted to hear his side of the story. I got a tip that he's going to be attending a QCon tomorrow, so I bought a ticket online and got on the next flight to Phoenix. While I was on the flight to Phoenix, I received this voicemail from the conference organizer.
Hello, this message is for Bayan Junam. My name is Chris with QCon Live. They've asked me to reach out to you and let you know that unfortunately we're not going to be able to have you join us tomorrow. We can't have certain media coverage there. In the current environment, we just can't do that. So please do not come tomorrow. I apologize, but I just want to be clear. Please do not come to the event.
Like a couple months ago? I don't know, like a month ago.
What
I just go live on TikTok so people know I'm on Twitch and YouTube. You know what I mean?
Basically, I got a message from the organizer saying that the event was going to be so charged that he didn't want me to be there. Yeah, you've got a whole
I have a lot
situation going on. I can tell.
Yeah. This has been a
ready
good
to
time.
bunker?
Yeah, I want to talk to you about
All
it.
right,
Okay.
let's bunker.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so what I want to talk to you about today is this theory that we've encountered that it was all for a LARP.
Oh, okay. I like this.
We're like two
So while I
steps
was
from
looking
this,
into
by the way.
Thomas, I've heard different names. Thomas Schonenberger.
I'm on a time limit with this free trial thing, so we'll kind of run through it a little bit, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. I won't give too much commentary during it because, like I said, time limit.
Found in one of the court filings a situation that he was a part of in 2017.
Okay, so before Q.
Before Q.
Got it.
6 months before Q ever even happens. This guy hosts a conspiracy theory YouTube show. And on this day, he comes out and he says, I've got high-level intelligence from an insider source that there is a dirty bomb coming into the United States.
The dirty bomb is on a ship named Memphis, but it could be in some other city, like a port city. Is that what you're saying?
His audience goes to work. They'll do all their own research,
20 minutes
and
ago.
they discover that the boat he's talking about is on its way into the port of Charleston. So his audience starts blowing up the FBI's line.
Is the dirty bomb?
Yes. You're aware of it?
Absolutely no information whatsoever.
And all of the law enforcement go in. They shut down an entire U.S. port. All the boats are searched. In the end, there's no dirty bomb. The thing that really stood out to me is the name of the video was Clear and Present Danger, Calm Before the Storm.
Imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
For real?
It sure was.
All right.
Which obviously becomes a very popular Q tagline.
Yeah.
And this is before Trump says it.
You guys know what this represents?
Tell us, sir.
Maybe it's the calm before the storm.
So
what was the
this
date again?
June 2017.
So this was months
I made a video
before
about
the first
this
Q trial.
like a month ago.
Then there's this whole lawsuit around it. There are a couple individuals listed in the suit. Thomas Schoenberger. Manny
Yeah, he's
Chavez,
definitely off
who
YouTube now,
claims
I
to be
think.
part of the original network that started Q. And the other one is this dude that I heard about at QCon named Robert David Steele, who's former CIA.
That guy's published like 100 books.
Tons of books. Very prolific publisher. So I called around, and this guy, Manny Chavez, apparently has had a falling out with Thomas Schoenberger.
Thomas Schoenberger, you should be dead for what you're doing.
These people
One
always
day,
get in like these little
somebody out
dramas.
there's
It's so
gonna
funny.
Wreck your shit. It's not gonna be me.
And is now, I guess, on the run from him, hiding in Carson City, Nevada, and he's invited us to meet him.
He's on the run?
That's what he said.
What, this is
His
like
words.
Turned into a real dramatic film we're
know.
making. Wait, correct me if I'm wrong, but this basically means that this guy, Manny Chavez, also known as DeFango,
I like to
both
set up.
says that he started Q and knows Thomas.
Correct.
All right, I mean, he's worth a little drive out to Nevada.
Yeah, I think so.
As we were pulling into Carson City to meet Manny, we came across a Trump rally and
That's a
stopped
good
to check
point.
it out. The Q presence was strong.
I'm a Trump fan and I don't care what you say. We are becoming robots.
When they say that the brainwashing is happening, it's happening big time.
I hate political correctness, don't believe in it. I have been out here my whole summer in Spar Spring guarding these monuments so BLM or Antifa do not tear them down and destroy it.
My ancestors fought to free the slaves.
That one there is
Are you?
What's going on here?
So, are you
I gotta
a
get to one
believer
of these
in
events,
QAnon?
man.
No, actually,
You're the opposite?
I'm the guy that made it.
You're Q.
Not Q. I didn't post as Q. I'm the guy that collected people together to make it happen.
It was meant to be a parody. It was meant to be kind of like a big joke that was like a joke on the president, a joke on all these other people that we could laugh at. But people have seen the joke and then escaped the joke and just decided to do it completely different.
I've never played a slot in my
Then
life.
that means that you got to sit down and play the slot.
We'll play together.
That means that you got to sit down and play the slot.
Okay.
So, like, you know, if you make a win, you know, the next time maybe you up it.
Online LARPs are a big thing. It's like the only reason I even did the Cicada puzzles is because I wanted to feel like I mattered. I'm gonna be a lot meaner.
Yikes.
The fuck?
So, tell us who you are.
My name's Manuel Chavez III. I'm a guy from Casa Grande, Arizona, and I came up with the idea for QAnon.
Wow, strong entrance there.
Alice down the rabbit hole?
Coming in hot.
I don't
Yeah.
think I have.
I figured might as well, right?
Yeah.
Sounds familiar,
that's
maybe.
Great.
Really, before Q
Honestly,
or
after a
anything,
while, these
like,
people
I
start to
was
blend
actually
in.
like into puzzles.
They
What do
all
you mean
blend
you got
together.
into puzzles? I assume you don't mean actual jigsaw puzzles.
I'm talking to like online internet puzzles. So like Cicada 3301 was a famous puzzle that came out in 2012 that kind of captured the world by storm because it was very different than anything that people had seen before. It was like
like an alternative reality game, kind of like a hacker puzzle where you were supposed to be able to do a lot of things that the classical person wouldn't have the ability to do. It was part of the puzzle where we had to go find the Spear of Destiny, which
Jenny, thanks for subscribing. Much appreciated.
The spear that pierced the side of Christ.
After several attempts to solve the Cicada puzzles, Manny was proclaimed the winner of the 2017 Cicada 3301 challenge after he found the ultimate prize, the so-called Spear of Destiny, hidden in the California desert by Cicada organizer Thomas Schoenberg.
How long till the
Once
Spear
I found
of
the
Destiny
spear, that's when I
becomes
met
part of
this
Q?
Thomas Schoenberg character. That's basically where like the QAnon story kind of starts off. Like I had to go into the desert and find some spear, and then I met some super criminals, and then it got really crazy from there.
Wait, walk us through it. I'm so curious. You stopped at the point where I'm like, wait.
You notice how like all these people, it's just like a big game. Like everything's a game. And that's how it all kind of comes together. Like, oh, you know, we were just goofing around online, and then all of a sudden, you know, we created a terror organization.
No. All Q is just a bastardization of Cicada 3301. It's a simplicity. It's just the same thing without the extraneous puzzles that are completely difficult for people to solve. QAnon is technically a LARP because, you know, these people are acting like they're something that they are not.
Can you tell us what a LARP is?
So a LARP is a live action role play. So what LARPing started off being is people used to like dress up like they were kings and queens and knights and stuff, and then they would like put on armor, and then they would go out into the forest and beat the crap out of each other. There's violence, but it's like, you know, play violence because everything's padded. So a classic LARP, everybody is aware that it is a LARP. With QAnon, there's no indication that it's fake, or there's no indication that it's a game. And that trips people up mentally because then they start getting into this idealism where it could be the government, or it could be this, or it could be that. It gets you to be a member of this exclusive club, like you're in the know. Anybody could be a QAnon, like anybody could be a part of it.
Hey guys, it's Anne-Marie, and I want to show you today's Q drop.
You could go down the street, tell somebody about it. Like within the next 3-4 days, they're gonna be all like, yeah, Q, let's do this shit.
Coming up,
True.
Search for Q.
I mean, these guys are like criminal.
Okay.
Meet Grammarly Business.
Gotta do the
a
ad.
solution to help your entire organization communicate more
It's
clearly and
plausible, but I
professionally.
don't know if it actually is this dude.
It's a writing assistant that works seamlessly across platforms. Here's how Grammarly works
Even just
when
teasing
employees are
them
writing
just
emails.
like that.
Grammarly
Blah,
offers
blah.
real-time suggestions to improve clarity
Doge,
and
what up?
professionalism as employees type.
Doge, your
For
coin
more
is going to
tailored
the moon right
suggestions,
now.
Employees can seamlessly
You are when you decide to start Q, and who are you with?
It's 2017 in July, and I'm at DEF CON.
DEF CON is the world's biggest hacking convention. It's hacking everything.
I got together with about 4 or 5 people. Honestly, we just need some really good internet trolls. Microchip invited a couple of people in there. I didn't invite anybody, like he was collecting all of the people. Nobody knows what that guy's name is. Like there's a lot of people out there in the world that would like to see that guy dead.
Microchip is one of the most notorious
Jesus
pro-Trump
Christ.
trolls on the internet, famously described by a Republican strategist as the Trump bot overlord.
A year after
bot
Q's first
overlord.
drop, OAN reporter Jack Posobiec published an expose which popularized the claim that Microchip worked with other trolls to launch Q as a LARP in October 2017.
I also interviewed Microchip to hear his take on the why and the how he created Q.
I started talking about different ways that we could engage Trump supporters, and people responded to it. It's turned dangerous, and I don't like that.
So like Microchip did not tell me that he was involved with Cicada. Like I did not know this. So the Cicada guys started coming in. I mean, these guys are like criminals. They're like stealing money from people. They're like blackmailing people. It's scary. I mean, they tried to do the same thing to me. It sounds like something that should be in a movie. Things with Thomas started going bad in early July of 2017 when I found out that he literally had like stalking convictions. He had stolen from people collectively over the years. So I decided to tell everybody about QAnon, and like I just kept on coming back out with it, now with it.
Though Manny claims to have been a part of the original network that created Q, after a falling out with Thomas, he left the Cicada crew and began telling the world that Q was all for a LARP.
Like all the Anons have been going crazy about it, like, who is Q? From what I found in the Cicada organization, everybody utilizes a moniker Q. Agent D. There's the members of the Cicada 3301 order. I think this year a lot of us actually got to meet one individual. And we all know who Q2 is.
See, this was around the time that everybody was trying to claim to be Q.
This is my point of contact.
This is when that baby Q came out
when I
and
received
all that
the spear.
stuff.
I refuse.
That's why I
to
never
believe
really
that
believed the
Thomas was
LARP
ever
angle.
CIA.
There's a reason that he doesn't want people to know who he is. There's a reason that he doesn't use his own name. It's because the majesty of his LARP dies when you find out the truth. And that's partly what all of this was for, is because, you know, with the Cicada thing, I wanted to show people that not only was this group dangerous, but this group had the ability to do something bigger, and they did. You know, his group, they started stalking me, like online, calling me a pedophile, like on my live streams. I would have people that would just come in, just spamming that in my chat. And I started getting really weird emails where he was like, you know, you're gonna die soon. These are gonna be the last 7 months of your sanity. You better watch out next month. You're gonna be having car trouble. But it was all part of like his ongoing campaign to try to get me to commit suicide. I mean, unfortunately, I was pretty close to it, and I got pulled out of it by a friend. Right after that is when Cappy came out.
Isaac Cappy is an actor who became a popular anon in 2018 when he started spouting false claims about things he had allegedly witnessed in Hollywood.
Here we are, guys. We're here with Mr. Isaac Cappy, who's eating some pizza. We're streaming live right now.
His story is really a sad one, man.
Is a pedophile. Tom Hanks, guys. Pedophile. Called out, no response. I don't care. I've already been blacklisted.
Like, he basically just did this over and over again.
They can try to kill me.
On Instagram for like a year and a half and just slowly withered away. It was
he hadn't
pretty
talked
sad.
to me in a while, and I was just like, dude, you know, like, you're getting worse and worse into this QAnon stuff, bro. You gotta stop. This shit is fake. You know, like, I created it. And I told him about Thomas and how Thomas was manipulating him. And I was like, dude, you gotta stop, man. You're ruining your career, you're ruining your life. He was so wrapped up in the Q conspiracy at that point. He was just like, nah, man, you're wrong, dude. Q's real, man. Q's real, dude. He was getting crazier and crazier and crazier, and he just wasn't listening to anybody.
I noticed in your last stream that you said you had somebody helping either your media or getting you out there.
One of the Cicada guys.
Okay, so you're working with Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas.
Okay, I'm familiar with Thomas and what he does. So all I'd say to you in terms of everything, QAnon and everything else, I'll just tell you to be very, very cautious about who you trust, even Thomas.
And he mentions Thomas and Cicada, and I was just kind of like...
The struggle against darkness consumed me. It consumed me. Yeah, I'm a bad guy. I'm a bad guy. Yeah, something bad's about to happen.
On May 13th,
that was like one of his
2019,
last live
the
streams
QAnon
before he
community was
offed
shocked
himself.
and saddened to learn that Q celebrity Isaac Cappy had posted a suicide note on his Instagram before jumping to his death off an Arizona bridge.
I watched the live stream that he had done before that, and it was like, my screen was crawling because, like, there was a person in the background that sounded like exactly like Thomas.
Somebody saying, shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up.
These conspiracy theories and others surrounding the tragic death of Isaac Cappy consumed the Q community, who suspected there might have been uninvestigated foul play involved in the actor's suicide.
Now, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm not gonna speculate, theorize on it. You can draw your own conclusions. I'm just being the messenger with this all. But there was this tweet from Tom Hanks about a month and a half ago.
Fucking Jordan
Route
Sather,
66.
man, I swear.
Well, that's where Cappy
This guy never misses a chance
found
to
murdered.
learn.
And roadkill. Well, according to news reports, Isaac Cappy got struck by a truck.
No such evidence has been found to support this.
Hello, everybody. This is Thomas.
Thomas Schoenberger responded to Manny's allegations with a video on his YouTube channel.
There was a man named Isaac Cappy who was an actor and a musician. And I believe that I was being set up as a patsy for his death. Now, on one hand, they say it was a suicide, but so many curious aspects of his death are raising questions with everybody. And so I've been attacked by a man named Manuel Chavez, publicly offered a Bitcoin for my location or capture.
Jesus.
So what happens when a citizen puts out a bounty on another? All sorts of crazy things can happen. All sorts of...
Oh, come on.
Meet Grammarly Business, a solution to help your entire organization communicate more clearly and perfectly.
Is that about right? I had to restart the timer thing. You only get two free views, and the first one's already up. So.
12-speaker Harman Kardon audio and the most advanced Subaru Outback ever.
Yeah, but Isaac Cappy, man, that his is a tragic story.
Thomas and Cicada, and I was just kind of like,
the struggle against darkness.
Find it here. He basically was a D-list actor, and he even got called out by Alex Jones. That's how bad his story was. Like, he had good friends in Hollywood, and then he just got so wrapped up, and he clearly had like some mental issues. And he just would go on these live streams all the time and just scream Tom Hanks as a pedo, and all these people would gas him up, and he just kept doing that. Obviously his career crumbled to where that's basically all he had was these live streams. And when I did my video on Isaac Cappy, like, I watched a lot of the live streams, and then like the last 3 or 4 he did are just sad. What happened? Dude. I didn't... Oh, you gotta be shitting me. I was already watching it. You can watch this. Dude, I was already watching it. No, fuck you, man. Come on. You gotta be shitting me. Oh no, hold on. Let me try. Dude, I'm telling you, it is cursed. We had it, we were halfway through it. It said I had one more free, like, you got like 2 30-minute viewing things. So I was just gonna like skip through the thing, you know what I mean? But then like when I went on it fucking... I don't even have an account. Let's see if it works. Dude, what the fuck? How you gonna cut me off halfway through? You motherfucker. Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna sign out then, seeing as that didn't work. I guess it was a shot in the dark. I don't have a TV provider. I'm a millennial. I have YouTube TV like a normal person. Alright, well, maybe they uploaded it to the... I know they didn't, but let's just check anyway. No. Alright, well, I'm just gonna wait till the whole damn thing comes out, and then we'll go over it one of these days. I'm done dealing with this. This is what happens when you try to watch shit that's not on YouTube. We got halfway to it. Yeah, Fourth time's the charm. Well, we'll do it some other time. I'm not gonna just like keep going back to this. It ain't that fucking good. I mean, it's interesting, but you know, we've been through the shit. It's an interesting look through the lens, but it really does show you how all these people are just complete LARPers. Like, that's just what they are. They live in this fantasy world, and that's how they get into these weird games and puzzles, and before you know it, they've created this weird cult following, and it's always the same. But the reason I don't think, like, that kind of went into the LARP theory, like, it's just too organized at this point. Like, it's too much of a grift for it to be a LARP. You know what I mean? Like, we're getting pretty internet speak there, but it's just, you know, I feel like if it was just a complete LARP, it was all for naught, like, it would have like fully came out and there would be more about it, and I don't think like the Watkins would be like it's weird about the whole thing as they are. If it was just like, you know, like they said in the first episode, some kid in a basement. Like, I never really bought that theory. I feel like when it got popular, that was just a cool narrative to go with. And a lot of people made money, you know, saying, "Oh, I'm Q," you know, "Oh, you're Q." And that's why when you see those video of people like saying, "Oh, well, I was Q," or "I started Q," it's like you really gotta take them with a grain of salt, because they all came out roughly around the same time, 2018-ish, when everybody on the right who thought it was cool was trying to take credit for it. You know what I mean? I'm glad you're still. Yeah. What's Thought Slime? What's the Thought Slime? Isn't that a YouTuber? So get in contact with. He does a shout out of smaller creators. I think I've seen a couple of his videos. He did a video on Kyle Rittenhouse. I think he's buddies with the Surf, so I watch his streams sometimes. Well, okay. Anyway, moving on, I guess. We got plenty of shit we can go over. First of all, this guy right here, just a little Wall Street stuff. Like this Robin Hood or this Reddit Wall Street story has been pretty awesome, just because it kind of involves my two favorite, like it involves the political world, it involves stocks. It's a pretty interesting thing. But this fucking guy right here, Leon Cooperman, extraordinarily rich guy, like, you know, ridiculous hedge fund billionaire. Like, he is the definition of snobby fucking elitist. And he goes on CNBC today, and this fucking guy has the nerve to say this. After everything that's happened, all the shit he has put people through, or people of his ilk, his kind, this is his take on this whole Reddit situation.
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people, and, you know, I think it's inappropriate. We all got to work together and pull together. The reason the market...
Like, the balls on this guy. Oh, yeah. It's the reason that we're having these issues is because the poors, they get more time at home. We can't give those poors any more time at home. What are we doing? And what about this fair share? I shouldn't have to pay my fair share. I don't want to pay any taxes. I need all my billions, all my many, many billions. I need them, only me. Like, oh, he's just such a fucking piece of work. And this is the same guy. This is the same guy that when Elizabeth Warren was talking about a Wall Street tax, you know, for billionaires, or not a Wall Street tax, but like a billionaire tax, 2%, 1%, 1% of your assets if it's over 50 million, 2% if it's $1 billion. And it literally made this guy cry on national TV.
economy is growing. I mentioned a moment of opening up trade dialogue there. What the future should be.
I think talk about this, Lee. Why?
All this impeachment inquiry. I want the American people to decide in November of 2020 what the future should be.
I think, I think it's kind of obvious people can not only see the emotion on your face, but hear it in your voice when you talk about this, Lee. Why?
I care.
Aw. Oh, do ya?
That's it.
But in all that you have said of
like this fucking skis ball, oh my God, just watching that guy today, like these people need to get off their ass, and that way they can't crash my market. This is my market. Only I can manipulate stocks. Only I can do that, not anybody else. And how dare Elizabeth Warren try to tax me? I don't want to pay my fair share. Let me cry on national TV. Like, dude, take all the seats, please. I want to fight him. Yeah, it's super cringe. Yeah. I care about myself and my billions, yeah. I care, yeah, exactly. He cares about him. He cares about his hedge fund. That is all he cares about. He and his ilk have been having idea meetings on how to crush companies and manipulate markets for years. A couple guys on Reddit do it, and he's like, get the poors back to work. Or Elizabeth Warren's like, hey, maybe instead of like 20 billion, wouldn't it be cool if, like, hear me out, if you had 18 billion and moms could get daycare for their children? Wouldn't that be an awesome world? You know, but fuck all that. That's crazy. That's crazy communist lib talk. Like, these people just make me want to scream sometimes. Yeah. But that's what really makes it. That clip is just the I care. I really care. I really care about you guys. What is it with manipulate? Gives you a mouthful, and that's what they really doing, exploiting the system. True. That'd be a cool show to stream. YouTube socialist fights billionaire. I would definitely I would definitely subscribe to that. I mean, I paid for the Jake Paul fight. I would definitely pay for somebody for you to fight Leon Cooperman. And then, of course, we have Marjorie Greene back in the news. Like, this lady just can't stop, man. Like, I can't even. He cried about the 1% having to pay taxes. Is literally what, I mean, I'm not gonna watch the whole clip, but that's literally what he's crying about. And he goes on CNBC like once a week to talk about how Bernie is evil and Elizabeth Warren. Like he said, Elizabeth Warren, if she would have got elected, would have been the worst thing for the economy in the history of the country. Which, there's so much wrong with that statement. I can't even begin to dissect it. But I don't know. I know there's like a lot of other crazy news going on, but this is just not getting enough attention. This lady needs to go. And we need to, every single day, we need to be pushing like, hey, her party is trying to put her on committees. I believe the Education Committee. What is wrong with Republicans? They think a person who believes this about schools should sit on the House Education Committee. They want to put her on the House Education Committee. This person who it's just this person.
There's your wall money right there, everybody. I mean, this is like, it's so stupid simple. It's not even funny. It's stupid simple. But we have retards. I'm sorry. I know that's an offensive word, and I'm not trying to.
She sounds like Mr. Mackey from, or Mr. Garrison from South Park. It's the way she says that.
Talk down on people with Down syndrome, but that's what these people are. These people are so stupid and ignorant. They cannot put something common sense in place, like spending
like a giant ass wall that we do not need. That common sense. A giant wall that would probably cost $40 billion after it was all said and done, and it would cost $7 billion every 2 years for upkeep. Something like that. It was billions of dollars yearly for upkeep. That was just one estimate. That's a rough estimate given, but it would have been a fuck ton of money when 66% of our immigration is people that are illegal immigrants in this country, are people that overstay their visa. You know what I mean? Like you're building a wall that it was like them giant slats. Like there's videos of people sliding through them, people crawling over them. Like, you think somebody's gonna walk a fuck ton of miles through the desert? You think they're gonna let that wall stop them? You're nuts. But that giant eyesore waste of money that is just a boondoggle, as that's a word Republicans like to use, boondoggle. Just a boondoggle of money, and it's not even gonna attack the biggest problem. You know, it blows my mind how the wall, it was like a meme. It was a meme in like 2015. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna build a wall. You know, it's like, let's do that. And then now it's a talking point. Like, yeah, of course we need a wall. Like, oh Jesus. Anyway, that's her. And then Mehdi Hassan today, he had a nice quick 1-minute breakdown of just everything she has done in, I don't know, last couple years.
Marjorie Taylor Greene has been a supporter of pizza.
Like a little 1-minute wrap up.
Marjorie Taylor Greene has been a supporter of Pizzagate, of Frazzledrip, of QAnon, and has said she wants to take out the, quote, global cabal of Satan-worshipping pedophiles. She suggested Nancy Pelosi should be executed for treason, and her Facebook page liked to comment about putting a bullet to the head of the House Speaker. She says Barack Obama used MS-13 to murder DNC staffer Seth Rich. She says Hillary Clinton used a kill list to order the murder of her political enemies. She called George Soros a Nazi and accused him of wanting to continue the Holocaust. She accused the Rothschilds of not just being part of a global pedophile conspiracy, but also the California wildfires. She thinks they may have been started by a laser beam from outer space. She shared a video accusing Zionist supremacists of conspiring to flood Europe with brown migrants to replace white natives. She denounced what she calls an Islamic invasion of Congress and tried to get Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib to swear their oaths on a Bible. She suggested people like them go back to the Middle East and stay with their goats. She claimed a plane never hit the Pentagon and 9/11 was an inside job. She thinks the Sandy Hook and Parkland school shootings were false flags. She even chased Parkland survivor David Hogg on the street while bragging about her gun. She thinks Donald Trump won the election and was robbed by mass voter fraud. In fact, she thinks Biden didn't win Georgia. He rigged it against Trump, but she won her seat in Georgia. It wasn't rigged against her.
Now, that all didn't happen this week, but we basically, or we'll just say the last couple months. That all didn't happen in the last couple months, but we basically found out about everything that he just said in the last couple months. Now, stack on top of all of that, all the QAnon stuff that we already knew. And it's like, how the fuck is this lady still in Congress, and how is she not getting called out on a daily basis by everybody in government? Like, those are the only two things we should be agreeing on. If AOC and Donald Trump Jr. and Ted Cruz and Dave Portnoy, well, he doesn't really matter, he just owns Barstool Sports, but if all those people can agree on hedge funds bad, Marjorie Taylor Greene bad should be pretty easy too, because I feel like that's a pretty easy one to get behind. I don't know. Call me crazy. It was like a rapid fire thing. He doesn't normally talk that fast, but it was like a 1-minute, breakdown of Marjorie Taylor Greene's crazy. And yeah, it's just right. And where'd that one guy tweet? I don't think I have it anymore. Damn it. But he basically tweeted like, the Republicans tried to get me kicked off a committee for a comment I made one time in 2006. And it's like, yeah, that's standard procedure. Ilhan Omar had 2 tweets about like, she had 2 tweets talking about an Israeli lobbying group. Not Israelis, but an Israeli lobbying group.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, whoever you are. Shannon, thank you so much for the $10. That voice was supposed to be a little more elongated. I'll have to switch that up. But now, yeah, I have voice commands on donations, so you will be heard on the stream, or a person subbing in for your voice will be on the stream. But anyway, so Ilhan Omar had 2 tweets about an Israeli lobbying group. They tried to call her a crazy anti-Semite, and they tried to censure her. And if Republicans would have controlled the House, they would have censured her. And what did they do? What do they call it? They did something. Nancy Pelosi, Ilhan Omar quotes House of Congress. House of Congress. No taint of anti-Semitism. Freshman congresswoman accused of he's out of ideas. Anyway, yeah. But, Trump called her anti-Semitic, and it was a big, huge deal. Like, when the squad first got in office, man, everybody was talking about, AOC saying one thing that they didn't think was true that actually was kind of true. And Ilhan was this, like, supreme Muslim anti-Semite, according to the entire right. And the Democrats can't even make Frazzle, Drip, and QAnon stick. Like, I just feel like they're not very good at pushing these points. Goats are adorable. I mean, goats are pretty adores. I'm not gonna lie. Still got the memes coming from the Reddit stuff. Reddit, after realizing that United, we can manipulate the stock market, billion-dollar companies. But yeah, that whole just a couple things that happened with that today. First, Robinhood. Like, I didn't sleep much last night because I was just kind of scrolling through the Wall Street Bets subreddit. And then, like, all, like, pre-market, before the market opens at 8:30, like, you can still trade on a lot of platforms. Some you can, some you can't. But the market doesn't officially open till 8:30 Eastern. And before the market opened, GameStop was, like, at $510. AMC was up. Nokia was, like, close to basically where it finished the day yesterday. And then Robinhood announced, after they let 100,000 people join the platform, they, were the number one downloaded app, number one on the App Store, let 100,000 new people download it, put money in. Half of the people on Robinhood own GameStop stock. I was not one of them, but half of the people that were on Robinhood owned at least some GameStop. And then when the market opened today, they sent out a thing that said, hey, we're not trading these stocks. We're not allowing them to be traded. Last night, prior to that, they had sent out a thing about options, but not actually buying the stock. So, I don't know. It's just all horseshit. Like this guy says, Robinhood likely planned beforehand to block the people from buying the stocks they wanted this morning. If so, instead of informing users of their plan, they let the app climb to number one in the App Store this morning, signed up 100,000 users, and hours later blocked GameStop, Nokia, AMC. There's class action lawsuits going on. Yeah, well, dude, I had a TikTok kind of go kind of go viral. It got like 600,000 views in an hour, but I didn't really like explain what I was like what I said. Like it was just kind of like a little pissed off rant, and I didn't really explain it well, like what I was bitching about. So I took it down because, you know, I don't know how conservatives do it. Like I debated taking it down. I was like, I could have said that better. I don't know how these conservatives spread all this misinformation. Like it was like eating at me. Even as I was watching the views just piled up, I was like, I gotta take it down. But because basically, like, this guy had a huge position in GameStop, and he had a margin account. Well, so today, GameStop dropped because you couldn't buy it. So he had, you know, or on Robinhood, and you couldn't anyway. So he had a huge account. He had a huge position. He was way up, and he had, you know, it was on a margin account. And GameStop was stopped trading, so the stock dropped. And then Robinhood tripled their margin requirement, so they had to basically a margin call. And usually you can either, you know, put money in, or you got to liquidate your shares. And they automatically made him liquidate his shares. So they didn't like straight up force him to sell, but they really force the conditions to make the sale. You know what I mean? It's just all horse shit, man. It really pisses me off. I like that stream. Yeah, no, yeah, that was just a video I made earlier. But Paul, didn't you send me an interesting video earlier, didn't you? That's right. Was that you that put that in that video in the Discord? By the way, while you guys are here, if you could like the stream. Yeah, this one seemed interesting.
Many people who...
By the way, real quick, while you guys are here, if you could like the stream, I'd really, really appreciate it.
Always control our content.
All my socials and shit are down in the description if you're on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, they're in the panels. If you want to subscribe on Twitch, support me that way. That way you get ad-free content, and you get emojis. You can donate to the stream. All that stuff down in the description. Yeah. Anyway, but this is seemed like an interesting video. Paul put this in the Discord, or I believe it was Paul. Might have been an imposter. It's unmasking of QAnon's Wall Street evangelist. So let's check it out.
The fight for freedom. We've just never paid attention. Freedom of speech.
There's a very small group of people that influence all the companies that we watch.
That's why we have Q. Patriots everywhere. Stand at the ready.
Q is completely baseless. It's the rantings and ravings of anonymous.
Yeah, I stream on both Twitch and YouTube. That's why, yeah. Yeah, you can't like a Twitch video, as far as I know.
People who we don't know. It may be multiple people. It may be different people. It may be one person. Q has not foretold anything, despite the fact that many people who are believers in Q will try to convince you through different signals and small things that you might not have picked up that it actually is all true. You know, it's not true.
This is insane. QAnon offers
totally true,
constantly shifting way to view the world as it's happening, which means that it's very easy for people who believe to then discard any attempt to reason with them and explain why they shouldn't believe it. It's almost seeped into the groundwater of the internet now.
Google lied to you. Google, Facebook lied
to you. You know, for a long time.
I'm kind of surprised that Kanye's not into Q. I just feel like it'd be right up his alley. You know what I mean? Like that B.O.B., he's big into conspiracies. I've never heard him talk about QAnon. I don't know. Maybe now that he's like divorced from Kim, I could see Kanye getting pilled. He'll start the next 8chan or 8kun. 8 Kanye Kun or Kanye Chan, and then it'll start all over again.
reporters have been trying and have been openly wondering, who is Q? Who is this anonymous person making the post?
It's one letter, but it spells out a...
Why? Well, the reason why Q is doing what they're doing, the real question is why Q is doing what they're doing. The only reason that Q is still exists is because it's extremely profitable. And it's not only is it profitable, it is very it's basically a legitimate, solid campaign strategy. You don't have to, because they don't expect you to go outright and say it. You just have to dance with it. You know what I mean? Like Q has mentioned in the drops before not to come right out and say you're a follower. So they've already written that into they've already baked that into the cake, you know what I mean? So the people like Lauren Boebert or Marjorie Taylor Greene or even like a Matt Gaetz who he dances out there with the, oh, it was Antifa type theories, you know, they can attach themselves to the conspiracy people because they're close enough. And that's why Trump was always able to get away with it. You know, he just dance with it, just put it out there. And that's two reasons that Q will stay around and for a while at least will be a viable strategy. Because it's very profitable and it's a successful campaigning strategy.
Bizarre conspiracy theory with President Trump at the center.
Obviously, the president knows what QAnon is.
Well, I don't know much about the movement other than I understand they like me very much.
Almost equally as...
I don't know much about the movement. I only just retweeted 400 different accounts that were QAnon accounts and made them gain hundreds of thousands of followers and created this entire Q ecosystem. But I don't know much about it. Like, nobody gives him enough shit for that. Like, he created the Q ecosystem that eventually led to the insurrection. Like, all those Twitter accounts, all those that eventually became Telegram accounts, all these accounts that created the Q, network, were because he retweeted them. That's how they gained mainstream appeal. Or their mainstream, anyway.
As important as to whoever Q is who runs these sites like QMap. People like this are just as influential in spreading the conspiracy as Q themselves.
Q is a pretty interesting case study in how you move a fringe idea into the mainstream.
I had a personal curiosity as to who was behind.
Something I've been meaning to ask everyone is about the Q Roku channel. My relatives were talking about it at Christmas. I forgot what it's called, but I have no idea what it's about. That is Patriot Soapbox. That's actually the people. I'm pretty sure that's still them. Patriot Soapbox is... They're kind of like the original Q people. Like Paul Ferver was part of Patriot Soapbox. A lot of people think he's the original Q. And it's him and this lady, Tracy Beans. And this Coleman Rogers is the other guy. They created Patriot Soapbox. And before, all it was a Discord. And they would just like bake the Q drops. That's what, when they try to figure out what they mean, they call it baking. So they would just try to bake the drops. And it was just a live 24/7 feed. And it eventually morphed into a YouTube channel. And now it's on fucking Roku. And they do like interviews and... But it's pretty batshit. Basically, that's the gist of it.
QMap before, I really felt that it warranted kind of a deeper investigation. The place to start was to go and talk to him. So I rented a car and I drove out to New Jersey. My name is William Turton. I'm a cybersecurity reporter at Bloomberg News.
I'm Joshua Brustein. I'm a writer for Bloomberg News
I don't know
and
any
Business
of the
Week
Bloomberg
magazine.
people.
I'm one of the two writers on this story about QMap.pub.
Oh, okay. It's about the QMap
Jason
guy.
Galinas is a pretty...
QMap is basically how the boomer moms were able to get access to the Q drops. Because most people that are into Q have never even been on 8kun or 4chan. Because they're kind of goofy how they operate, and they're just full of horrible things. Like, it's if you've ever been on Reddit, it's 10 times as bad as Reddit, and it's disturbing shit. So most people don't go on those forums. So this guy made a site where all the drops were just there, so you could access them. There was a couple different sites like this, but he made one of them, and it was pretty big, and that's like where everybody would, all the Facebook moms would go and get the Q drops.
Normal sounding guy. He is a dad in New Jersey, 3 children, lives in Berkeley Heights, which is a town about an hour outside of New York City.
Jason, in many ways, was your typical American. He got a degree. He, went into working in the technology departments of different banks. He was a senior employee at Citibank, where he managed over 100 employees. And, the last major project he worked on there was an artificial intelligence project at Citi.
This guy was a Citibank employee.
Jason Galinas also ran one of the, if not the biggest QAnon conspiracy website.
Like many people who are now deeply into QAnon, Jason seemed to express the beginnings of interest in these kind of theories during the Obama administration.
We were able to speak to friends, one of whom told us that
Obama seems like it was so
about
long
the
ago.
time Obama was elected, Jason described Obama to him as the Antichrist.
He seemed to have a lot of anger towards the Obama administration and began to explore some.
That was like the first, Facebook, first one that I remember. The first Facebook fake news I remember was the Obama not, putting his hand over his heart, the Photoshop picture, and the comparing him to the Antichrist. That was the first Facebook fake news I remember.
Unconventional,
those were the
shall we
days.
say, beliefs. One of them related to the idea that Hillary Clinton was involved in sex trafficking.
Well, yeah.
We don't know for sure if Jason believed in Pizzagate, as it's formally known, but friends told us that he believed in this idea that powerful Democratic officials, including Hillary Clinton, were involved in the sex.
They might have changed the name from Patriot Soapbox, but it's definitely those people. Unless it's two groups of people that have Q channels on Roku, then we're screwed, and we need to do something else. But definitely the Patriot Soapbox people are the ones that have the Roku channel. They might have changed the name though. I don't know. It's been a while since I looked into
this
that.
This all goes back to Russian hackers leaking John Podesta's emails. You might recall those were posted on WikiLeaks, and users on the image board 4chan started reading those emails and decided that the word pizza meant children, and kind of worked themselves up into this idea that in the basement of a pizza shop in DC were secret tunnels leading to Congress where they were sex trafficking children.
One of the
Trump's
big
term
surprises
did
of the
seem like a
presidential
lifetime.
campaign was the explosion of fake news on the internet. Fantastic tales that some believe to be true.
At one point, far into the conspiracy theory, someone actually showed up there with an assault rifle and shot it inside the restaurant before realizing that the basement he was looking for that would have presumably held the children did not even exist.
28-year-old Edgar Welch was arrested in Washington Sunday afternoon outside Comet Ping Pong, a popular family pizza parlor. D.C. police say Welch fired at least one round into the restaurant floor with an AR-15 rifle like this one on his Facebook page.
He recently pleaded guilty, but this became a huge phenomenon which kind of set the stage for QAnon.
Yeah, it's weird how QAnon or Pizzagate just kind of got attached to QAnon. I don't know when exactly that happened, but it just kind of happened one day, and everybody just rode with it. That's one of the reasons why it's so successful. It's such a big tent, and there's always another thing to uncover. Just keeps these people going. We'll throw JFK in here. Let's get a little flat Earth. Let's pull some Illuminati. We got Pizzagate over here. Elders of Zion. Georgia Guidestones. Just a blood libel. Just get all of it.
Q drops, as they're called, are posted to this website called 8kun, which is formerly called 8chan. They're formerly posted on 4chan, and they can come daily, a few days apart, or multiple times a day.
In October 2017, a anonymous user who called themselves Q posted a message saying, that Hillary Clinton would be arrested, that this would lead to planned riots, and that this would kind of be the beginning of the apocalypse. Now this sounds really weird. It wasn't actually all that unusual for 4chan at the time. There were a fair number of posts from people purporting to be high-level government officials revealing secrets. And the QAnon account was one of them. There was an FBI anon, there was a CIA anon, and for whatever...
For you TikTok guys, my YouTube Twitch link are in the bio, but I posted another video about that. I took that one down. I posted a better explanation video of what happened.
For whatever reason, this is
the last video I
one that
posted.
took off.
This is a movement where you get information. That's all it is. It's up to you how you want to take it. Follow the plan. Trust the plan. The Great Awakening.
You know, there's a lot of reasons why someone might believe
got them all there, doesn't
QAnon,
he?
and it actually, you know, is why people believe in conspiracies in general. I think now more than ever, there's kind of distrust in the media, in this shared set of facts.
It's all about control. Look at the science. Show me the science with a mask, because I'll show you science. The virus goes right through the mask.
And Don Jr.'s not looking good these
Coronavirus
days.
Probably
Jesus.
drove people deeper into their kind of silos and their holes. Many of the followers
Oh, yeah,
will
don't
sometimes
forget
talk about how
vaccines.
they've been alienated from their friends and family, but will say, you know, I have my Q family.
There are a handful of Q aggregators, including QMAP, which have taken the Q drops and posted them in more friendly web environments, devoid of some of the pornography and other things that are on the websites where the original Q drops are. So QMAP was started in April 2018.
What QMAP did that was so interesting was that it took it one step further. Not only did it aggregate the posts, it also kind of wrote out these themes and players, so it was really easy to navigate. And this, to me, was one of the biggest revelations in my reporting. When we found deleted posts from Jason Galinas, where he explained on Twitter how he designed the site like this intentionally to make it as accessible to as many people as possible. As he called it, he was onboarding normies into the conspiracy. You know, if you wanted to read more about the secret pedophile
Thanks,
cabal,
dude. Thanks a lot.
Great. Or if you want to read about the secret plot to take down Mike Flynn, for example, Trump's former...
This was the moment I knew we had a big issue. The first like long form Q video I made on my YouTube channel was after this moment. When I saw Flynn do this, I was like, oh man, this shit ain't going nowhere. We're in for a fucking serious issue here. I think it was July 4th weekend. I think like the next week was like one of the first YouTube videos I posted.
National Security
and now I'm
Advisor.
almost to 3,000
There's a feed
subscribers.
can go
Thank
to
you,
and read
awesome
all about
people,
it.
so much.
In recent weeks, 2 researchers at this startup in the UK called Logically published this really interesting and fascinating report that outed Jason as the person behind QMAP.
So Logically AI is a small operation that looks
the Discord's
to
in my bio.
expose disinformation through basically internet forensics.
We use a lot of data streams. It's then up to us as the investigators and the users to pare that information down, look for trends, look for patterns. My name is Joe Ondrak. I am the senior investigator at Logically.ai. We are primarily a fact-checking company, but we also do investigations and editorial into disinformation and misinformation online.
And they began looking into QMAP in the late summer because they felt like it was a way that people were becoming radicalized and wanted to figure out who was behind it.
There was a URL with an email address in it, and from there we were able to find Google Chrome store page for qmap.pub, and the QMAP app that he was running that had since been deleted by Google Play when they realized they were starting to crack down on QAnon. Because he was monetizing these apps, he had to register them under a company.
Okay, that was you, Paul.
Which led us
Okay.
to
That's what I
Patriot
thought. I wasn't
Platforms
sure.
LLC. And obviously, if he'd registered for an LLC, there would be filings with names attached to it that we could then explore. So we pursued open business records. We looked at those, which gave us the name Jason Galinas.
I saw the report. I was like,
that was
this
pretty
is
simple.
really interesting. I
Wasn't
mean,
very-
this is fascinating. But, you know, they
Wasn't
hadn't
very well
gone to
hidden.
Jason for comment. You know, it was kind of just put out there on the website. The first thing I did was I rented a car and I drove out to New Jersey, and I found Jason in his front yard. He was holding a wheelbarrow while some landscapers and laborers around him were doing work on the hedges and in the lawn, and I felt really nervous. I walked over.
I love it. This guy's just a Wall Street or a banking, a white collar banker with a nice lawn and couple guys working in the yard by day, and then by night he's the Q aggregator site guy, pilling the normies. Like, these people live like the strangest double lives. It's so funny. Like, I know a lot of people like do their thing, and then have like a interesting hobby, but the Q people are always so like it's like two different worlds. Like the insurrection people, you got people taking private jets to go storm the Capitol for fake voter fraud.
Over and I said, hi Jason, I'm a reporter from Bloomberg. Just wanted to ask you about this report
like
that's been published that says that you run this website. He was a little evasive. He kind of walked away from me, and I was able to kind of get him to continue talking, but never denied running the site, and eventually said that QMAP was a patriotic movement to save the country. Eventually his wife appeared at the front door, who kind of beckoned him inside. I went and knocked on his door a second time, really in the effort to try and give him as much opportunity to comment or clarify as possible. He didn't respond. Once I was in my car, multiple police SUVs arrived and informed me that Jason had called the police.
Once Jason knew he was found out, he took down his entire online presence as well as his wife's online presence and pretty much disappeared from the internet. QMAP.pub also came down and was basically just a couple of links
to
other
the animation.
QAnon aggregators.
After our first article that came out that noted Jason was an employee at Citigroup, the company placed him on paid leave. It's unclear where Jason is now, but Citi actually fired Jason Galinas after almost 13 years at the company. The reason they give for firing him is that working at Citi is a really highly regulated place, and you have to disclose to the company your income outside. And he was in theory making money off this QAnon website, off Patreon.
Of course.
He never disclosed that to his company.
Oh shit.
QMAP coming down will probably not.
Always remember, boys and girls, you got to report the LARP money. If you want to LARP, go ahead and LARP. If you want to help destroy democracy, that's all fine and good. Still got to pay them taxes, okay? Not very patriotic of you to not contribute. Got it. You get LARP money. You got to pay the taxes on it. Although I think you get a 3% discount on LARP money.
Not have a huge impact on the viability of the QAnon community. At this point, it is large enough to be pretty adaptable. You've seen it pop up in many places overseas, and it really serves as a sort of proxy for extreme distrust of any institutions. And Q has served as a pretty effective vehicle for that kind of feeling.
I stand before you tonight, honored by your support.
I think it kind of goes back to this idea that people are disillusioned with kind of what's happening in the world and are more likely to believe conspiracy theories. I think that's what makes Q appealing. It's finally an answer to all the weird and strange things that are happening in the world.
True. Anyone seen the new Wonder Woman? I watched like 30 minutes of it. I thought it was pretty rough. It wasn't too good. And I was actually a pretty big fan of the first one. I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, I wasn't too big of a fan of the second one. Just kind of got a dumb plot. I don't really, I didn't vibe with it. Like, I really like Kristen Wiig. Like, she was one of my favorite SNL cast members. She's in it, but yeah, just not too good. Ooh. I want a new camera. Don't you have a YouTube channel, don't you, Alaska? If I believe I'm correct. LARP money. Sounds like, yeah. Trump dollars, yeah. I'm surprised Trump didn't try to put himself on the U.S. note. I mean, if he'd have got a second term, he might have done it. I mean, wasn't there reports he tried to put himself on Mount Rushmore? Reports of Trump wanting to go on Mount Rushmore. Yeah. Yes, of course, Donald Trump wants his face to be added to Mount Rushmore. On Sunday night, President Trump took tweeted out a picture of himself standing in front of Mount Rushmore, an image that made him look as though he was the 5th presidential bust on the iconic monument. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Of course he did. You know what else he did that I thought was really shady? He, speaking of putting money on something or putting someone on money. Hold on, I gotta plug you guys in. Is he slowed down the Harriet Tubman thing, putting Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill, which is something that Obama okayed, but somehow he was able to stall it out, you know, because there's no way he was putting a black person on the $20 bill, because he would have immediately lost 20% of his base with that. So he was able to stall that out for 4 years. And now I guess Biden's taking it back up. Like, what a salty asshole. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me put this here. Yeah. Stay. I don't know why y'all don't come over to YouTube or Twitch, where all the party is. The party's over here. Yeah, okay. Oh shit. Yeah. Too many devices. Too much shit. All right, there we go. Yeah, Trump does have a weird thing with Obama. It's basically just, well, it's anything Obama did, he wants to undo. It doesn't matter. Trump doesn't have like an ideology. He just wants to do whatever he thinks is gonna like make him look good. Or if he likes somebody, like, or the group of people around him, if he likes them, like that, whoever gives him the last idea, that's what he goes with. Or that seems to be the case. Like, I can't wait till Trump's out of office for like 4 or 5 years or 10 years, whatever, and we get like the real juicy stories, you know, like the really good ones when like Kayleigh McEnany is doing her tell-all tour or whatever. Like those are going to be the good stories, the batshit insane stuff. That's when we're gonna get the good memes, the best of memes. Just change all the money, all of it. I just get rid of it, all Bitcoin. Let's switch to all Dogecoin right now. I mean, we have proven in the last couple days that everything is fake. Wait, why is Betty White in Rest in Peace trending? I don't like it. Please don't tell me. Okay. Cecilia Tyson? I don't know who that is. Oh, she was the voice of the Proud Family? I used to watch the Proud Family. That was the shit. Rest in peace, Cecilia Tyson. The word iconic is thrown around loosely, but so many doors have been opened because of her, and she literally caused a shift multiple times. 96 years was, damn, 96 years old was more than enough time to share yourself with the world. Damn. I'll be happy if I make it to 75, honestly. Like, I feel like anything after that, you're really counting it. We need to watch Betty White 24/7 the rest of the year. Are they just like concern trolling Betty White? I guess. Huh. Wall Street Bets Discord. Go to the if you're looking for the Wall Street Bets Discord, go to the Reddit page. It's right here. Bam. So just go into Reddit and go to Wall Street Bets, and the Discord's right there. You are welcome. That'll be $5.99. Somebody just did something. Global Heart 23. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. All right, well, let's see what else is going on. What else we got? What do y'all got? Any ideas? I'm kind of just shooting from the hip here, Because again, I was counting on, like, fuck Vice, man. You screwed me over 3 live streams in a row. You couldn't give me 30 more minutes on your free TV thing? Nobody watches Vice TV, bro. Put the thing on your YouTube channel. Jesus. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of shooting from the hip here. Trump just works on impulse. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he's an instinct guy. He's a shoot from the hip kind of dude. Honestly, I shoot from the hip a lot. But, you know, I'm not the president. Like a... Oh, damn, we're the 30 squad? 30 squad. Talking about age? What else is going on here? Oh, we got some Marjorie Taylor Greene. In the days after the insurrection of the Capitol, Marjorie Taylor Greene deleted a bunch of tweets that praised Lynn Wood. Let's see what we got here. Didn't we have a, wasn't there some Kyle Rittenhouse stuff going around today? Didn't he have, like, a tape or something? Thought I saw that somewhere. Or maybe that was old. Doesn't seem to be. Oh, that's a bullshit video. Like he was given a deposition or something? I don't know, maybe not. What's the deal? I don't know what that is. Got some memes. Wall Street lobbying Congress to keep the market unregulated. How could Reddit do this? Oh, you know who had a really great tweet about this was Ryan Grimm. Let me go back to my messages. There it is. Let me pop this out. This is what Ryan Grimm had to say about. This is that clip I showed the yesterday about the in my kind of explainer video talking about Wall Street. This is where the Trump supporter guy called for regulation. Ryan Grimm, who's a really good journalist, he's like, when vulture funds ran a multi-million-dollar campaign to drive the economy of Argentina into the ground to profit off junk debt, whatever that's, an entire country, nobody on Wall Street called for regulation. When they did the same to Puerto Rico, these people were silent. Eat shit. Like, yes, when you literally bankrupt countries, nobody cares. Every single day, these people put massive short positions on companies and have them fail. And then the very first time, they just lose their mind. Yeah, he was given a deposition or something. He was being interviewed after he turned himself in. It seemed like his mom was crying. Well, yeah, she probably realized she got a shit son. Like, you know, but it just shows, like, the progression. Like, it continuously gets worse. Like, I'm not a fan of what Kyle Rittenhouse did, but in a debate, like, I can see where you could make points in his favor, but they went from that to Ashley Babbitt. So, like, it doesn't matter. Like, they don't, like, have, like, a set of standards. Because I just don't know what the defense is for Ashley Babbitt. But you have the exact same people that in both cases are like, nope, it did nothing wrong. Nothing to see here. It's like, yeah, I guess, man. Okay. Whatever you say, Chief. Yeah, no, it is only because regular people did it. There's nothing I love better than a populist uprising, especially against Wall Street. Because, like, I love watching the MSN people just get so flabbergasted. Nothing was better than when Bernie won the primary in Nevada and, like, everybody on TV was freaking out, losing their mind, blaming Russia. I remember James Carville, that fucking cartoon character looking son of a bitch, was on there like, oh, I bet Putin's happy tonight. I know Putin's happy after Bernie won the primary. Like the dumbest thing I've ever heard someone who was a political advisor for a living say. And they're doing the exact same thing with this Reddit thing. Like every single one of them wants to blame Russia. Like, we don't even know, because they don't want to, they don't want to buy into the underdog story because they can't shit on that as easily. They want to make it, Putin doing this, so they have a bad guy to blame because they can't be the bad guy. You know what I mean? So if they find a scapegoat, they're gonna take it. So they just blame Russia. But little opening in the cloud here of the pilled movement. Deanna Lorraine, who is super cure, right-wing conspirator, content creator. It looked like she had a little moment of clarity, maybe, just for now.
Of just looking at clues and taking guesses and kind of following down a rabbit hole where it leads to nothing. And there's just a lot of broken promises that are not delivered. There is a lot of hopium that never gets fulfilled.
A lot of hopium.
We shouldn't be blindly following anything or anyone, especially when there's no evidence for that plan ever materializing, right?
True.
And that's we can point, and every time that this plan was supposed to happen, or Trump was supposedly playing 5D chess and supposedly setting traps or about to do this, at no point in the last 4 years has that trap ever been closed. Has the chess move ever been checkmated by Trump?
Yep.
None of these hopes.
I'm really surprised she's actually saying this because, as you can see, she's trying to bank off of this, and this is definitely not going to make the patrons happy.
And ideas have ever been fulfilled. Not one.
All right, yeah, you are correct. Yes, all of that is 100% correct. Anyway, let's switch it up here. Bam. Hold on. But all right, yeah. So okay, rapid fire Q&A. I doubt Trump can even play 1D chess. Yeah, I don't think Trump could play checkers. Truthfully, maybe he would get he could play checkers, but halfway through the game, he would, go over here and be like, I won. I got a tweet about this. Oh, I can't. It kills me by them saying Biden is going to be a socialist, communist. That is you know what is crazy to me is that worked as well as it did, because during the primary, I thought that was a really, I was like, this is dumb. People are not going to go for this Biden as a socialist thing. There's no way this is ever going to work. But people bought into it, and it was a very, very used talking point, was Biden is going to, oversee the socialist communist takeover of America. But then it became, after a while, and then that didn't work as well, it became he's going to be a tool for the left because he's weak. You know what I mean? Then they kind of did it like that. So it's not that he's directly doing it, but he's a tool for the left. I found that people rarely know what socialism actually is. True. Yeah, that's the first thing you have to do. First thing I always do with, you know, people that I engage, like, you know, like a Facebook friend or something. What I always do is if they start talking socialism, communism, first we define it. We get it. Okay, here's what it is. And then it's like, okay, now that we have it, you know, we have the definition, you tell me which one of Biden's policies you think is communist. And, you know, we'll go from there. And that's probably like the best tool I've found, is just because what the right is very good at doing is just rapid fire shooting out talking point after talking point after talking point. So you have to just like, whoa, okay, one at a time. Let's do this. Okay, now let's establish this, and then okay, well, what about that? Well, that actually is this. You know what I mean? Like, you have to go one at a time, at a time, at a time. Like, you can't let them do the Gish Gallop. You know, you ain't got to be a dick about it, but you just, you know, don't let them do the Gish Gallop. Jon Stewart joined Twitter. Oh, he did? No shit. Jon Stewart joined Twitter to stick up for Wall Street bets. Arnold Schwarzenegger on socialism. Is that address he gave? Yeah, no, that's just that. I mean, if you don't have any good points, you just have to make a bunch of points. You know what I mean? That was their guy. It was their boy. Jon Stewart joined Twitter, stuck up for Wall Street bets in his first tweet. Oh, I gotta follow it. Well, I gotta check out the Jon Stewart tweet. Is it just Jon Stewart? I'm guessing. I guess I didn't. Hey, follow. Well, he doesn't have a blue check mark. That's not him. That must be him. Damn, following nobody, John? Can't get no follow? This is bullshit. The Redditors aren't cheating. They're joining a party. Wall Street insiders have been enjoying for years. Don't shut them down. Maybe sue them for copyright infringement instead. Nice. We've learned nothing from 2008. Love, Stew Beef. Nice. Love it. Yeah. Nobody can explain to me how this is illegal. Like, they say, oh, it's like, you know, it's market manipulation. It's like, I can tell you that I'm gonna go buy a stock. Like, they do it every day, all day. These people do this shit constantly. I mean, if you guys have if you followed me for like a long ass time on TikTok, like first 50 followers type shit, like one of the first posts I ever made was like during when the market was crashing in March. Like, I barely ever posted even back then. Like, I just had it on my phone, you know what I mean? But it was a crazy day, so I just posted a video talking about like how I had like a massive loss on that day because this guy Bill Ackerman came on TV, and he is a big hedge fund guy, and he said basically the fucking sky was falling and everything was going down, and you know, this was going to happen, that was going to happen, and then the market just tanked after that. And what did he do? He went out and bought shares and then made $2 billion off of them. So he did that. He manipulated the market with his media appearance and then his billions of dollars, and he got paid, and everybody called him smart. And now the Redditors are, you know, they're asshats for trying to make you know, couple grand with their stimmy checks. Just a little stimmy check, you know, taking a shot with the stimmy. But what do you do? Did you see Aaron Rodgers doing a what? Aaron Rodgers did a PragerU video? Oh God. That's disturbing. Aaron Rodgers is a goof. Like, he's like a weird loner guy. And he's just kind of like very fragile. He just seems like a real fragile minded guy. Like, he has like the perfect situation as far as like media. He's the star quarterback. Like, everything is working in Rodgers' favor, but he still is like pouty and whiny all the time. And I'm a Minnesota guy, so naturally I'm not the biggest fan of Rodgers. So, might have a little bit of a biased opinion. It's only a 3-minute. What's a 3-minute video? The Rodgers one? Isn't the ideal dream of what people should do with their stim check? Spend it. Yeah. Well, that's what they always say. They're like, oh, these people, these poor people, why don't they invest their money? Why don't they, open up a 401k or do this or that? Why don't they, invest their money in the market? And so instead of spending it on PlayStations and automobiles, it's like, okay, I invested in the market. Oh, now I can't do that either. Okay, oh, we can't do it all at once at the same stock. Okay. Like, no matter what anybody tells you, this is horse shit, because them fuckers do the same shit every day and nobody can tell me any different, because that's just what happens. It's just what happens. And they get away with it because they can. And they are just pissed that it got turned around on them. Wonder what my thoughts are on what. I might have missed what your question was. Has anyone? I prefer avocado toast. Yeah, it's based. And PlayStation automobiles. I mean, something like that. Shitty lattes, yeah. Bought a few of those in my days. Yeah, that's right. Aaron Rodgers was in the Game of Thrones. I forgot about that. Yeah, that guy, the guy that died in the Game of Thrones. In the Game of the Thrones. The leaked video of John Podesta supposedly torturing a kid, which is literally just lights and... Oh, you mean... Yeah, I've seen that stupid video. It's nothing. It's like a voice. And he's like, yeah, fucking little bastard. That's what you are. Yeah, little son of a bitch. Yeah, it's super, super duper fake. It's completely crap. And also, I'd seen somebody, I don't know who it was, said something about, it was at some point in this stream, said something about John Podesta owning weird art. That's actually not true. That's actually Tony Podesta. Tony Podesta owns the weird art. We don't know if John Podesta owns any weird art. It's possible. But when they show all those paintings, like that they're like, oh, look at these crazy paintings. Those are from Tony Podesta's house. Tony Podesta is the big art collector in the Podesta brothers. He's the one that does all the crazy parties and has the the crazy paintings. And that came from he just showed those off. He wasn't like hiding them. But there's, as far as I know, there's no proof that I've seen, because I've never been to his house, clearly. Well, maybe. Who knows? But as far as I know, those paintings aren't in John's house, who was the one that worked on Hillary's campaign. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, it's dumb. Weird art is not an argument for, these people are Satanists, but, even though it's a bad argument, it's still debunkable because, that's how it always goes. Like, it's like, oh, all these people have weird art, and all these people have this crazy art in their house. And it's like, oh, really? All of them do? Well, the Podesta brothers have it in their house. Oh, really? Both of them? Well, no. Tony does. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it always goes. Every one of their arguments. It was me abusing John Podesta. Yeah, don't be knocking GOT. I loved that show. I wasn't a big fan of how it ended. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't too upset with the brand thing, but I don't know. I guess I just spoiled. Maybe spoiler alert. But I mean, it could have ended better. Definitely. The two guys that took it over, I feel like rushed it to end it. Block and a bigger block, and it's big steaming pile of true. Yeah, but I don't know. I was a big fan of the show, especially Tyrion. Tyrion was base. Yeah, he's right. Is it the last episode or the second to last episode that he's in? It's like one of the very last episodes. And he's just chilling. But I mean, at that point, everybody wanted to be in that show. You know, I mean, that was the shit for a long... HBO's got one good show that I watch now. What's it called? It's got the kid from Wolverine. It's got the kid from Wolverine in it. His Dark Materials. Yeah, man, that's what it is. That's a good show. I don't really watch much TV, but I do watch that. Yeah, I steal my sister's HBO account, so. But yeah, no, it's like HBO Max or whatever you want to call it is like $17 or $16. I get sick for 2 days. Reddit does something. Billionaires are scared. Something. GameStop. Watching JDCon for updates. I'm all fucked up. Yeah, no, it's definitely been an interesting week since Monday. I mean, all you need to know about the Reddit situation is people, and it like one thing, one narrative I really don't like that is coming out of this is like, oh, these really dumb Redditors did this thing, man, and they just threw this money at the stock. Like, no. Like, people now that are trying to get in, yeah, they're dumb. They probably don't know what they're talking about or what they're doing. But the original guys, like the people that came up with this GameStop plan, they were extremely smart. The ones that were stupid were the people on Wall Street that had 140% short on a stock, which is fucking mind-blowing. The biggest I'd ever heard of, as far as like, you know, stocks that I actually follow, was like 40%, and that was Tesla. They had like a 40% short position at one time. But GameStop had 140% of its shares sold short. So basically what that does is if you pump the stock up, you know, like if you're shorting a stock, you can only make so much, but your losses can be infinite because the stock can go to the moon. So what these guys did is they're like, hey, if we pump up this stock a little bit, these Wall Street hedge funds are going to be forced to cover their bet, and the stock will skyrocket even more. And that's what happened. It was a very smart play, and it was able to work because they were so overexposed. So it was a very smart play. So it's not like, oh, these crazy dumb Reddit idiots. Like they're like, it's an insane place. Wall Street bets. Like you go in there and they call it like, it's definitely toxic. But their idea was solid. Solid. I just buy ones and think it will do. Yeah, honestly, dude, that's the best thing to do. Just find 2 or 3 companies that you like. You know, make sure, you know, look into them and hold them for the long term. The stock market is set up for you to make money long term. Like 95%, 97% of day traders lose money. It is a hard thing. Like this, like what I do is not, you know, it's not exactly complicated. Every once in a while, I'll make like, you know, like a little bit of a different like options trade. But normally I just trade options. Like I find a good company that I like, that I think is undervalued, and I buy long call options in it. You know, sometimes I'll do covered calls. Sometimes I'll do like straddles and strangles and stuff like that. That's a little more complicated, but like for shorter positions. But for the most part, 95% of the time, I just find a good company and I just buy call options on it, you know, for 18 months from now. Kind of sort of thing. But yeah, that is the best advice I can, you know, just put a little money in every month, dollar cost average into a couple good companies, and you'll make some money. It might not be a fuck ton of money, but you'll make something. Yeah, no, and that, like, anybody that says they know what the market's going to do on a daily basis is lying to you. They might as well just say QAnon is real, because they do not know. You do not know. I don't care how many lines you draw on a chart. You do not know what a market is going to do on a day-to-day basis. It's just, I mean, it's not how I would want to do things. So were they trying to make money, or were they just trying to screw the criminals already being... both. They want to make money, but there is, like, if you go on the Reddit, the posts are buried at this point. Like, it's a nightmare to go on Wall Street Bets now, just because so many people have joined. But like 3 million people have joined in the last week. But if you go on there, there's a lot of people that are like, they want to stick it to the short sellers, because think Wall Street, which is already the shittiest, you know, like the asshole of capitalism. Like, short sellers are the worst of that. You know what I mean? Like, short sellers, basically, they, you know, try to bankrupt companies for a living, and that's how they make money. So they crush people's hopes and dreams for profit. And a lot of these guys made tons of money back in 2008, and, you know, a lot of these guys in the Reddit forum are like, you know, you guys are the reason the company my parents worked for during the last crash, you're the reason it went out of business. This is personal. So there is a lot of people that are actually holding the stock to prove a point, because aside from making money, what they want to do is they want to make sure that all the Wall Street hedge funds cover their short position. They don't want them to make it back up on the back end. You know what I mean? So, because like another reason the stock is fluctuating so much is now, because it's up so much, the big Wall Street hedge funds are taking their billions of dollars and they're buying put options, which a call option is betting on on the stock to go up. It just the real short and sweet of it. A call option, you're betting on the stock to go up. Put option, you're betting on it to go down. So all these Wall Street hedge funds are buying put options now to drive these stocks back down to scare people out. So I think we're still going to have some interesting swings the next couple days. What stocks do you hold? I hold right now I'm just in I'm in Beyond Meat. I'm in Dropbox. I think that's it. And then all that I have a Nokia play right now, just like a little thing. But yeah, no, I'm only in 2 companies right now. I was in Tesla for a long time, and then I got out of that, which I shouldn't have, but I did. I kind of got nervous. But yeah, no, I'm just in 3 companies. Like I said, I only just find, you know, periodically I'll find a couple. I think I'm gonna be in those for a while. You know, I might find one more here. I might, but I really believe in those for right now. So I'm trying to just kind of hedge heavy on those. And like, you know, it's well, you're much more diversified than me. Etsy. Wasn't Elon was talking about Etsy the other day? Yeah, no, they're trying to prove a point. I want to hire someone that knows what to do. Dude, learning how to trade stocks is easy. I'm an ex-truck driver, and I figured it out. Like, I would just watch videos on like options trading and stock fundamentals, and like listen to podcasts while I drove and stuff. And yeah, I mean, you can, like, if you started watching videos tomorrow and you watched a couple a day, I'd say you'd be ready to be able to like trade stocks in a month, like where you would actually have a good grasp on it. It's very streamlined now, you know what I mean? Like, you could do it in a day, but if I were you, you know what I mean? Like, I would put in a little more work just so you like really know what you're doing. Robinhood had to call in some loans. I know that. They announced that right before I came on stream. I turned the TV off, like right before I turned the TV on to turn on the stream. They said that Robinhood was calling in some lines of credit. So, I mean, they really pissed off a lot of people today. That's for sure. What did the Robinhood app have to do with it? Well, they like stopped selling the stock. Like the Robinhood stopped selling GameStop. What else? GameStop, AMC, Nokia. Like, they just wouldn't sell them. You know what I mean? And then they like increased their margin a fuck ton. So they like basically like squeezed some people. Like, they made the stock go down. Basically, they manipulated the market, however you want to look at it, because they let all these people get on their app. They let them, you know, deposit money. Then when the market was about to open today, they said, nope, we're not trading these stocks. And at that point, GameStop was like at $510, or that was like the high this morning before the market opened. And then it crashed, and I think it ended at like 220 something. Never thought I'd talk about the stock market this much on my stream. I doubled my value since the pandemic, which honestly feels wrong. Nah, I mean, hey, the market has definitely been propped up a lot. So, I mean, fuck it. If you made money, you made money. That's good. Kill it. You know, a lot of stocks, honestly, a lot of stocks killed it from March. Like, I was, you know, like I lost money when the market dipped, and I made money when it went back up. So, I mean, like, a lot of people made out like bandits. I did okay. I definitely came out ahead of the game, but it was like, especially, there was a lot of good companies that really, like, if you caught them on the way down or on the way up, you really got paid. Like, I made some good money with a short play on a cruise stock during, like, when the pandemic first started. I made a bunch of money on Boeing. Not a bunch of money, but decent amount of money. Do you suggest any streamers that check out Financial Education? He's not a streamer, but he has like 3 different channels. His name's Jeremy. He's my favorite stock YouTuber, like stock market YouTuber. Because he's more fundamentals. He's not a day trade guy. He's a long-term investor type dude. He's really good. It's in my opinion. I like the way his videos break stuff down. You'll have to probably go farther back in his content to find like day one stuff, but he definitely has it. And then he has, you know, he really goes into like the details of stocks, and he explains why. He's not just like, buy this stock and put it to the moon. You know what I mean? That's my favorite. I think I shared that. That's the videos I shared with Alaska here the other day. But yeah, he's got 3 different channels. He's based. LOL. 400% rise on Doge. Nice. I think when I started the stream, it was up like 300%. But see, that's fine. And that stuff happens all the time with Bitcoin. especially like a couple of years ago, like Bitcoin prices, not just Bitcoin, but like other cryptocurrencies would shoot up 1,000% a day sometimes. It's like, why is that? That's fine, you know, but that's not as a regulated of market. But like when three meme stocks do it, we got to shut down the market. My dog is snoring. That's cool, bruh. I'm not getting in on anything else. I'm not getting in on any more meme plays. I made a small gamble on Nokia, and that was it. It's, you know, like the game is kind of up now. You're gonna like, it's gonna be tough to get in on something. Except maybe Doge. I don't know. We're gonna see. Like, this is just beginning. Like, the internet is like starting to figure shit out. Like stock trading and trading in general has been growing and becoming a bigger thing online. But like now with this, like this kind of made it mainstream, and like more people are getting into it. So this will happen again. I just think, you know, my advice would be like, don't rush it. Try to, you know, pay attention to, you know, join the Discords, join the Reddit communities, pay attention online, see what people are talking about, and try to find a decent play, and don't try to lose too much money. Should I post a screenshot of my stock values? I mean, if you want to, bro, ball out. My one of my bigger gains was my Facebook profile picture for a while. You know, you got to flex sometimes. The meme stocks are too close. Well, the meme stocks are actual companies. They just, you know, they got memed into fucking the stratosphere. You know what I mean? What do I think about my bookie? I don't even know what that is. What kind of voodoo is my bookie? First vid eyes, first time. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah, that's a good sign. Yeah, no, hitting that. Those are his older videos, and they're good. Yeah, he's got stuff on options, all that stuff, and like I said, he's got 3 different channels. So, well, GameStop's a real company. They're just not a really good company, but they do like they're not all bad. Like, they have a new guy on the board. They're going in a different direction. Like there is a bearish case or a bullish case. It's just not a very good one. Maybe it's like a $30 stock. You know, it's not going to stay where it's at, obviously. It's not fucking Tesla. You know, it's just it was like a perfect, you know, a perfect dream scenario. How many times the GOP will shoot itself in the foot? Fuck. Get paid. What? Okay, here's a better question. How many times the GOP is going to shoot themselves in the foot, and then the Democrats aren't going to capitalize on it? That, like, 'cause that is like one of my biggest gripes with the Democrats, is we could never ever make anything stick. Like, they just don't ever try to like push. Like, I want to mostly stick to legislation and policy, stuff like that. But I would really like if, you know, a couple of these just give me layups. Like, Marjorie Taylor Greene is a gift from the Satanists we all worship on the left. You know what I mean? She is a gift that we can say, look at what this party has become. And she doesn't have, like, the charisma and the favorability of Trump. Like, she, you know, I think, given the right set of talking points and, you know, campaigns or media strategy against her, she would fold pretty easily. She's not Trump, and we just can't seem to, you know, get it together. Yeah, leftist Lucifer, exactly. Good old Lefty Lou. sports betting is legal in certain places. Yeah, you can bet on sports in Iowa. There's a sports book right on the border. Sometimes I go down there and bet on football games. Every once in a while. I was thinking they should shove the "I wish her well" Elaine Maxwell thing and yeah, but I mean that we can just focus on the people that are currently in the party though. Like Trump, I mean, kinda. I mean, they like him. He's old news. He's not in the party. Let's not bring him up. Let's just impeach him and move on, or whatever the fuck we're gonna do to him. Who you got winning the Super Bowl? I mean, I gotta go Mahomes. Even though, like, I grew up in Tampa. I'm a Vikings fan. I'm not a Bucks fan, but you know, I got buddies that are Bucks fans. It'd be kind of cool to see the Bucks win in their home stadium. So I mean, I'm rooting for the Bucks, but I ain't betting against Mahomes, man. He's a savage. And their offense is just too good. Just way too good. I'm looking at the wrong fucking camera. But their offense is just way too good. I mean, Tyreek Hill is just a speed demon. Travis Kelce. But there is the only shot the Bucks have is that two of the starting linemen are out for Kansas City, I believe. Or they're most likely going to be out. If they're out, Tampa's got a very good front four. If they can get pressure, like serious pressure on Mahomes, and keep him, from throwing fucking bombs down the field, they might have a shot. And it's Tom Brady. You never, you always got a shot when you got Tommy Brady. But I would say Kansas City by a touchdown. Nothing too crazy, but by the time they get the stimulus checks figured out, you know it. Yeah, by the time they get the stimulus checks figured out, it'll be like a month after, the unemployment runs out. That's how it always goes. They don't ever do stuff ahead of schedule. It's always the very last minute. We can't even fund our government until 3 a.m. the night before, or 11:59. And at midnight, the government is unfunded, and we finally pass it. I mean, we had government shutdowns, 2 or 3 times in the last 18 months? Like, anybody talks about bipartisanship is just kidding themselves. Like, that's actually going to happen. And that was one of my gripes with this whole Joe Manchin, Kristen Sinema. It's like, oh, they have to push for the filibuster because centrists in Arizona and West Virginia won't vote for them if they don't uphold the legacy of the filibuster. Like, dude, normal people do not give a motherfuck about the filibuster. They want to see things done. They want stuff to happen. They want money in their pocket. They want to be reassured things are going to be okay. They want to know that you're doing stuff to help them. Now, Janet, who needs daycare and is down to her last $200, is not like, well, I mean, I need the money, but the filibuster has a long, storied legacy on the Senate floor, and I just hate to see that go. No, nobody fucking talks like that outside of the fucking MSNBC central station. Like, only those people give a shit about that. 99.9% of the public does not give a shit about the filibuster. So I really hate that argument. I've seen it on Morning Joe and all these shows. They're talking about, all these socialists just they want to do these far radical ideas like getting rid of the filibuster. It's like, you fucking people, man, drive me nuts. Yeah, COVID's out of fucking control. Like, remember in March and April when a high number, but not nearly 1,000 people a day were dying, and we're on lockdown, can't go anywhere. I couldn't get a haircut. and now we're losing a 9/11's worth of people every day, and everyone's just like, I guess it's party time. Yeah, why we can't get a clean stimulus bill is beyond me. It's the easiest win in the world. I've been saying that since day one. Roll out a clean stimulus bill. At least 10 Republican senators have said they would support it. At least 10. Imagine that, the optics on that. Biden shows up day one on his white horse. Bam. $2,000 checks, not $1,400, $2,000 checks in everyone's pocket. He's got Lindsey Graham and little Marco in the White House, in the Oval Office. They're doing the bill signing. He's passing out the pins, thumbs up, handshake. Literally carries you to the midterms. First thing you do, you pass those stimmy checks. Everybody loves you. You got a 75% approval rating, and then you can get all the stuff that's important but harder to do. The immigration stuff, the LBGTQ, all that LBGTQ stuff, prison reform, immigration especially, because that is like the thing they are really gonna fight us on. If it's one thing that Republicans are gonna rally around, it's gonna be immigration. So before we do the do that significant economic legislation, and then it's fucking ball game over. And then after that, put up a $2 trillion infrastructure package and dare the Republicans not to pass it. Because our infrastructure is crumbling. We have like a D- rating with our infrastructure. Put up a $2 billion infrastructure package. It's going to create tons and tons of jobs and, make us more efficient and all that jazz. That would be the next thing. That's what I would have done. Stimmy checks, infrastructure. Everybody loves that. Yeah, that's all. I don't know why I always have trouble saying the LGBTQIA plus stuff. I'm always scared I'm gonna miss a letter or add an extra one or something. Put a Y in there for absolutely no reason. Yeah, I didn't have much faith in the Dems to start with, but I don't know what their strategy is. I'm not some genius. I'm just a guy. You know what I mean? That pays attention to politics. And I just feel like their strategy, I've worked on a couple campaigns, but it was a very small, I'm not some fucking kingmaker. It just seems like very simple strategy. And it's not like it's hard, there's nothing that's stopping this from happening except them. It's just what their plans are, what they're gonna do. I said it earlier, the Dems are 3 parties in one. Yeah. Well, they tried to, the big tent, the big tent has small results, I guess. I don't know. Solar panels free? Yeah, no, we can do something with solar panels. Something happened with Elon Musk and Nancy Pelosi. They were bitching about her, pumping up the stock or something. I don't know. I kind of missed that. But something like that. By the way, if y'all could like the stream while you're here, I'd really, really appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, links to everything are down in the Discord. If you want to follow me on Twitch, that would be really awesome, because eventually, guys, I am going to move over the live streams just to Twitch, because I really want to grow over there with the live thing, and then I'll edit the clips and put them up on YouTube. So if you could follow me on Twitch, it'll be a while till I do that. So if you could follow me on Twitch, I'd really appreciate that. If you want to support me, you can subscribe on Twitch, and if you are an Amazon Prime member, you get 1 free Twitch subscription. So, holler at your boy. You can also support the stream, all that stuff. And new subscriber, Walking Harder, my man. Almost at 3,000. I think that makes 29.98. Something like that. It's real close. Man, I'm about to use it. You don't use Twitch. It's the same as YouTube, just different, my guy. It's just an app. Just download the app, and then all you have to do is put in my name, Driven Progressov, and then, you know, it pops up. And it's just better. Yeah, but I'm not a gamer. You know what I mean? I don't want to game. I just want to talk about politics and talk, you know. And like YouTube it's just way too many restrictions, man. Like every one of my videos gets copyrighted, this, that. I almost get taken down. I've almost been banned off. Like me, like you guys know what my content is. I've gotten this close to being completely banned off of YouTube. It is a nightmare. I don't understand the filibuster and the rules they're talking about. McConnell's trying to make them agree to new rules. Basically what McConnell wanted was he wanted them to agree that they weren't going to nuke the filibuster. Was what he wanted them to agree to. But Schumer didn't want to do that. But it's kind of all moot now because Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema, two Democrats, came out and said they wouldn't nuke the filibuster. So basically, since they have the majority, they could vote to say we're not going to use the filibuster, which basically means, in a nutshell, that any legislation would require 60 votes instead of just a majority. So the reason that Mitch McConnell said, okay, we can go ahead and with Senate procedure is because he got the okay from Sinema and Joe Manchin. Sasha Squasha. Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Oh yeah, and also if you guys want to join the Discord, the links to that are in the description too. I got a room full of sources for like Q stuff. I'm gonna put more in there either tonight or tomorrow. Just like this Wall Street story kind of came out of nowhere, so I've really been into that a lot. Plus I've helped my cousin a little bit with some shit. But in the Discord I have a Q research room, and then I have like a news of the day where I post stuff. I also have a room where you can share like your Q story, because I know like a lot of you have like pilled family members and shit. So a couple people have shared stories, and they've been pretty interesting stuff. And then I have a room where you can put videos that you want me to check out on stream, and then I just have like a general like bullshitting tab. You know what I mean? Discord's pretty awesome. I like Discord a lot. It's kind of confusing if you've never used it before, but once you get used to it, it's pretty based. And you can actually chat from Discord on the stream too, because I have it hooked up to that. I think the USA will be a theocratic dictator. Where'd the comment go? Theocratic dictatorship in the next 3 elections, unless there's a terror. I don't know, man. I mean, who the fuck knows, man? I mean, if 6 years ago you would have told me there's going to be a lady that thinks Hillary Clinton ate babies' faces in Congress and she's going to be basically the face of the Republican Party, I would have told you were crazy. So at this point, I rule nothing out. I just don't. I never rule anything. I don't rule anything out at this point. I just play it by ear. Everyone is dying. What are we at? We're at on like, what, 420,000 on COVID deaths now? Batman doesn't kill, he just makes. It's hard to see where the Overton window. But I feel like the more we go, and with the rise of apps like TikTok and TikTok, TikTok and stuff, it seems like the Overton window, which is kind of, if you don't know what that is, it's basically like what is the like considered main, like it kind of shifts based on what is considered like mainstream political discourse. Like the Overton window seems to be moving to the left in certain areas. Like, you know, Medicare for all was considered batshit insane until 4 years ago. 433? Jesus. Yeah, I knew it was. Yeah. God, it's going to be fucking 500,000 by the end of February. If not more. That is, man, that's fucking crazy. And they're just out there with no mask. Just, nope, I'm not going to do it. You got Discord, just haven't figured it out yet. Yeah, it's pretty, well, here, let's, we'll pull it up real quick. Why not? Let me switch the thing. Probably be the last thing I do. Then we'll. So basically, well, this is all the room. Well, this is all like my Discords. So this is the rooms. Like this is a political TikToker Discord, but this is mine. This is the one you guys are joining. But then like right here is all the tabs. So this is just like the general one. Like right now it's got the chat on here. Somebody shared, a couple people shared videos. So and then I do like news of the day, different shit, and then announcements. I don't really make them up. And then like videos to react to. And then this is the Q experience room. So like you just want to like share, you know, your Q experience, topics you want me to talk about. And then this one's full of sources for, you know, talking to people that believe in conspiracies, stuff like that. I'm going to add more rooms eventually. We got close to 100 members. It just, I don't know. Doesn't seem to be very active yet. Like, people just kind of pop in and don't really, just kind of don't, just chill. Yeah, we got lucky with COVID-19 and that it's only, I mean, if it had been, I mean, even if it was just a, you know, yeah, like you said, if it was just a little more deadly for younger people, fuck, we'd have a couple million plus probably at this point. Because I feel like the older people are taking a little more precautions. Young people are just not giving a fuck, especially people on the right. I don't know if I'm ready for Discord. Yeah, dude, I hear you there. There's a lot of apps anymore. Like I feel like I'm constantly just posting something on a social platform. Discord and Twitch, my man. Do. Yeah, you're a you're a chatty guy, so Discord be good for you. I need to I also need to make a mod for my Twitch and my YouTube. I don't know, like we seem to keep a pretty chill bunch, so I haven't really been too worried about a mod, but I need to do that. Have there been any word on Parler? They tried to sue Amazon, and I think they threw it out, but I can't remember what exactly they said. Basically, they just told me to get fucked. You know what I mean? I volunteer as tribute. Yeah, Mumbles, you are like in every single Twitch chat, man. I'll have to make you a mod for that. Like, 'cause you definitely be holding it down over there. Yo, DP, how about Trump's statement? What statement? And nothing wrong with being chatty, my guy. Shit, I'm chatty, I guess. I suppose. Alone in the wilderness? Yeah, shit happens, man. I mean, I'm in the wilderness, kinda. Minnesota, but Yeah, no, you gotta have some kind of contact, even if it's not person to person. Just that's kind of, honestly, that's one of the reasons I started like making content, just so I could talk to talk about politics with other people and shit. Just because like the people I was like, it's not really it's not their thing, not their bag. The office of the former president statement. Oh, I talked about that in the last stream. But yeah, I don't know if I saw his statement on it. I'll check that out, I think. Too busy trying to pay off student loans to burn and riot. All I see is a huge list of posts from bots, and I click on you and I can see your different rooms, but I don't see chat. I'm slow. Are you talking about in the Discord? Yeah, no, like that's what I said. Like it's in there, and like I have different sources and stuff, but like the rooms haven't been too chatty yet. Like it's a pretty new Discord. Like I just got it together. That's why I'm trying to, get people in there so we can kind of build our little community over there. Like, it'd be like the offline thing. And like I said, like if you guys, see something, either could be cool to check out on stream, put it in the Discord, put it in that room, and might check it out. Because obviously, like, I see a lot of media and stuff, but there's a lot of cool shit I miss. Or, just different stuff. There's usually there's always a couple topics you guys bring up to me on stream that I didn't know about or something. You know what I mean? The third episode for the search queue. Yeah, I don't have any more free plays on the thing though. That's why we quit watching the first one. We're gonna have to. I don't know. I'm gonna have to rip him from somewhere, and then put him. Well, and then we'll watch him. Yeah, because I'm not gonna fucking dedicate another stream to it, and then have it fuck me over again. I mean, some things aren't meant to be at the certain times. I'm not gonna force it. Can't do it no more. I seen he announced he was I seen he was opening. I didn't see him make a statement on it, but I seen the thing about the office of the former president. Go funny. I don't. But see that I even like I have. I have Hulu. I have Hulu, and they have a Vice TV on their thing, but it's Vice Land TV. So it was like every show that's on Vice except for the one that I wanted to watch. So it's kind of horse shit. What's Panda? Oh god, it's bad. It's real bad. I don't even want to say it. They think like, okay, you know what they think pizza is. Just think what the process of that would be, and that's what that is. By the Hassan Tucker video watched a while back was edited. Discord M stock. I don't know what that means. Oh, that's the restream bot. I'm like, what the fuck is it talking about? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking after it airs, they'll probably put it up on the YouTube channel, or they'll put it on, something else. Like, I think it's like just specifically on Vice TV. And it's just like, you know what? Okay, whatever. I'll wait a couple days, and then we'll check it out. The Q vids are on YouTube but not that one though. We already did this dance. It's Filio. It's $20 a month for 60 plus channels. I have YouTube TV. It just doesn't have Vice TV on it. Like I that's what I, because I watch CNN. Basically, just watch it for CNN, MSNBC, and CNBC. But I watch those three, and so I mean, yeah, and that's like fucking $58 a month. I just don't have the specific Vice channel. You know what I mean? All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna call her a night. I'm fucking starving. I think we had a good stream. Just a nice long chat. Shoot the shit. It's good to, you know, just cut it up and not just melt our brains with garbage the whole time. But yeah, might not stream tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to stream more and more. Kind of want to make it my thing now. I kind of like the streaming. Still, you know, make a video here and there, of course, obviously, and then the stream clips. But trying to stream a lot more. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. As always, I do very much greatly appreciate it. Again, if you could like to stream on the way out, really, really appreciate it. All the links down in the description. All this stuff, like I said, if you have Amazon Prime, you get one free Twitch subscription. One free Twitch subscription. Get some water here. And yeah, just thanks so much for hanging out, guys. Peace out. I keep seeing a message pop up from says Restream bot. Yeah, it's just that's just like the bot thing. Don't worry about it. It's dumb. But yeah, peace out, guys. Thanks a lot, and have a good night. See you next time. 50K subs by 2021. I like it. It is 20 by the end of 2021.